I've seen my fair share of Korean dramas. Not a lot of the more popular ones yet, but I've seen enough to know the tropes you'll find. Avoiding a motorcycle, speeding cars, car accidents, love triangles, hospital visits, and terminal illnesses, you name it. You'll find at least one of these in a K-drama no matter what genre you're in. So, how is Hello Me any different? Well, if you want to talk about tropes, it's not different. There are definitely car accidents, hospital visits, and love triangles in this show. However, this drama takes all of its conflicts and all of its troubles, all of the most annoying and ridiculous things you'll find in K-dramas, and resolves all of them by doing one simple thing. One thing that if most K-dramas did this, there wouldn't be 16 episodes. And that is telling the truth. Based on a novel released in 2011, Hello Me is about 37-year-old Ban Hani. She has a rather uninteresting lifestyle, to the point where her family is concerned about her well-being. She lives with regrets and shame as she tries to just simply survive in the life she's living. It's not until she encounters a young girl, her 17-year-old self who has arrived from the past, where she learns to find the will to push forward, live with regrets, and rediscover what makes her come alive. It's kind of hard to describe this K-drama. It's comedy, it's slice of life, but also coming of age, has a bit of romance sprinkled in, along with some fantasy elements of time travel. It's a bit all over the place, but you know what? Sometimes life is kind of like that. In life, you'll have some funny moments, some heartwarming moments, some romance, some learning experiences, some moments you just can't explain. And that's why I am calling Hello Me the most wholesome K-drama on Netflix. Oh wait, what's wholesome? Wholesome is defined as promoting health or well-being of mind or spirit, or being sound in body, mind, and morals. Yes, this K-drama definitely promotes good behavior in response to everyday situations we might come across. In most K-dramas, when characters find themselves at a bit of a crossroads, they will sometimes make choices that are more harmful than good. For example, in Beautiful Love, Wonderful Life, the main character's mother tells the daughter to lie about why she and a friend were drowning together. The truth, the daughter and the friend were committing double suicide. The lie, the friend was saving the daughter from drowning. Telling this lie would paint the friend as a hero for trying to save a drowning girl, and would hide the painful truth from the friend's mother that he intended to take his own life. Oh, and this isn't a spoiler, it's in the second episode of the melodrama. Anyways, this hidden truth would be central to the conflict of the entire series, which all could have been solved by simply telling the truth. Of course, we don't say the truth in general because we are afraid of people's reactions and the outcomes that come with it. And in this instance, it's understandable that explaining the truth would be more troublesome. The thing about Hello Me is that the characters are generally honest with each other and to themselves. There are many times where being honest is terrifying because you don't know what the response will be. But here you see the characters muster up their courage to take that step forward and speak up. For example, there's a slight love triangle between the main girl, the main lead, and a supporting character. The third wheel confronts the main lead asking if he likes her. Most K-dramas would probably have the main lead hide his feelings for the main girl. Doing this would signal the supporting character that he has a chance, while the other character continues to harbor his feelings. However, Han Yu-hyun, the main lead, says,
그런 거 같아.
that one line just saved the viewers hours of characters going back and forth about their feelings. Now, admitting your feelings is not easy, so why can Hello Me take the risk of not having a romantic subplot involving the supporting character? Because this K-drama is not about the romance. It's about Ban Hani finding herself once again. And finding herself does not have to involve romance. So if you haven't seen this drama yet, and it sounds interesting so far, go and check it out, because this drama is a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, okay, listen, just give me a second here, alright? A 10 out of 10 rating for a drama is a show you absolutely adore. It's a show that you're willing to watch over and over again because even if you know what happens, you want to experience and watch the story unfold once more. And I can do this for this show. Hello Me may not be a 10 out of 10 for you because maybe you want more romance or you want more action or there's not enough stuff going on. But this is a 10 out of 10 for me because this has just the right amount of thrilling mystery, heartfelt drama, hilarious comedy, and memorable characters who are all driven by their goals and experiences. So before we continue, I want to explain how I review K-dramas. I use a Daebak token system, which are highlights of what I liked and disliked in the show. The first Daebak token will always be the rating, followed by other tokens that will add up in the end. Speaking of which, this is the next token. Honest and exemplary characters. Every character in this show is well written and honest. It's hard to pick only one as my favorite because they all have their charms and unique personalities. From the energetic, naive younger Honey to the bumbling but hardworking secretary Sung Sok, it's hard to believe how diverse and likable the cast is. They aren't perfect people, far from it, but this imperfection is what makes them believable as living, breathing people. The main leads aren't heroes, they're simply people experiencing life, tackling whatever comes their way, and enjoying the ride. The supporting cast, if unlikable at first, all get moments to redeem themselves, which is quite rare nowadays. Lighthearted and not too serious. From its first few episodes, the show implies it's not to be taken too seriously, with dance routines, over-the-top imagination sequences, and countless comedic situations. If you're not used to this style of humor, don't worry. It took me some time to get adjusted, but what you see here is the most ridiculous it will get. It doesn't really get any weirder, and I've definitely seen weirder. By taking a lighthearted approach, viewers can take a break from the crazy melodrama some other shows have. Now, crazy melodrama isn't bad, but sometimes it can be a bit too much. So if you're looking for something a bit more steady with hilarious bits, this is the drama for you. Many shows tend to have one simple goal. In a romance, get the two leads together. In a crime show, solve the mystery. In action, defeat the bad guy. But in slice of life character dramas, it's to learn something from your experience. The crazy thing? Every character in this show has learned something from their interactions and experiences with each other. Older Honey learns to love herself. Younger Honey accepts reality. Yoo-hyun learns responsibility. Ji-yoon embraces her background and where she's from. None of this would be possible unless they all had each other. So, to summarize everything, 10 out of 10. Usually when people give some low ratings, it's because there's another show they have seen that has done better. It's important to find your highest 10 rating show because that show will be the criteria of what a perfect show looks like for you. And so you can have 10s from other different genres too. Hello Me is a 10, but so is Sky Castle for me. Honest and exemplary characters. Well-written characters are hard to find. This show is a great example of how multi-dimensional characters interact with each other. Lighthearted, not too serious. Sometimes we need a break from the melodrama, the lies, the deceit, and the heartbreak. A wholesome message. Life can suck. Life may not always be what you want it to be, but when you're struggling, having trouble, or unsure of what to do, surrounding yourself with family, friends, and people who support you, or maybe even looking in the mirror, might just be the thing you need to remind yourself that you are not alone. And that is why Hello Me is the most wholesome Korean drama on Netflix. See you next time.